In the early American Rockies, men sought riches, not gold, but beaver pelts. Yet in that wild expanse, true wealth was measured differently. Gold and money meant nothing against hunger and cold. Here, fat was the real currency. Fat was life. It fueled bodies, staved off starvation, and kept men alive through brutal winters. Lean meat alone could kill, a phenomenon called rabbit starvation. Without fat, even a full belly meant slow death. Hunters prized animals for their fat reserves, not just their size. A fat bison or bear was a treasure. Fat dictated what was hunted and when. It was the difference between survival and becoming another frozen casualty. Rendered tallow was more valuable than gold. Food, fuel and protection all in one. It could be eaten, stored, used to waterproof gear or provide light on dark nights. In the Rockies, fat was the universal tool, the lifeblood of the mountains. The mountain man's wealth was measured in calories, not coins. Every hunt was a quest for energy, not just meat. Fat was the ultimate provision, the one thing that could mean the difference between life and death. In the end, it was the true gold of the Rockies. Survival depended on it. For the mountain man, waste was unthinkable. Every part of a hunted animal was used. Hides became clothing and shelter, bones turned into tools, sinew became thread. Fat in all its forms was carefully harvested and rendered. Organs were eaten first for vital nutrients. Meat was dried or made into jerky. Even bones were cracked for marrow, then boiled for every last drop of grease. Nothing was left behind. Every calorie counted. This complete utilization was survival, not just respect. A single bison or elk could sustain a group for weeks, providing food, tools and light. The camp was a factory of necessity, transforming nature's bounty into life's essentials. Waste was a luxury no one could afford. The mountain man's ethos: use everything, waste nothing. In the wild, that was the only way to endure. Mountain men weren't the first to master survival in the Rockies. They learned from indigenous peoples. Native tribes understood the land, the animals, and the supreme importance of fat. They taught newcomers when to hunt, how to render tallow, and how to use every part of an animal. The hunt was sacred, a respectful exchange, not domination. This mindset shaped the mountain men, teaching them humility and adaptation. Those who listened thrived, those who didn't perished. The wisdom of the land's first peoples was the key to survival. Rendering fat into tallow was essential, a way to turn perishable fat into a stable, lasting resource. Chopped fat was melted slowly over a fire, separated from tissue and strained to purity. The result, tallow, a block of concentrated energy that could last for months. Cracklings, the crispy byproduct, were a welcome snack. Tallow was added to stews, spread on jerky, or eaten alone in desperate times. It was stored in any available container, ready for the lean months. This simple process was as vital as a rifle or knife. Tallow was survival, banked for the future. If tallow was currency, pemmican was the gold standard of survival food. Perfected by indigenous peoples, pemmican was adopted by mountain men for its longevity and nutrition. Lean meat was dried, pounded to powder and mixed with hot tallow, sometimes with berries for extra nutrition. The fat sealed the meat from air, making pemmican last for years. Packed into pouches, it was a portable, calorie-dense powerhouse. A small amount could sustain a man for days of hard travel. Protein, fat and vitamins, all in one brick. Pemmican was the ultimate insurance against starvation. For the mountain man, nothing was more valuable on the trail. Animal fat was more than food, it was a universal fix. Tallow waterproofed leather boots and clothing, keeping men dry and alive. It preserved rawhide ropes and protected rifles from rust. Even the rifle's patch was greased for better accuracy and cleaning. Fat brought light to the darkness. A simple wick in a bowl of grease became a lamp. Every tool, every night, every journey relied on fat's versatility. It was the mountain man's silent partner, woven into daily survival. Fat was the glue that held his world together. Living close to life and death, mountain men developed deep respect for the land. They hunted selectively, knowing overkill today meant hunger tomorrow. Every part of the animal was used. Waste was an insult and a risk. A bison was food, clothing, shelter, and tools in one. This holistic view reduced hunting pressure and preserved animal populations. The wilderness was harsh, but it was home. Respect for the land and its creatures was the foundation of survival. In the Rockies, strength came from understanding and balance. Today, the mountain man's world seems distant, but his lessons endure. True wealth is practical knowledge. How to use resources fully, how to survive with skill. The science of fat, preservation and balance is as relevant now as ever. Their ethos of using everything challenges our wasteful habits. Learning ancestral skills connects us to our roots and builds resilience. The mountain man's wisdom is a guide for living intelligently, even today. In understanding the past, we find lessons for the future.